Hey, what's up? It's Bon. Let's talk about Mass Effect. Disclaimer: this is a clickbait video. This is not really to be taken that seriously, maybe like 10% seriously. And you're not going to get this from other YouTubers, especially not in the clickbait Mass Effect world where everyone's trying to make up news to have something to make a video about. Take this like 5% seriously for the sake of making a video. We're going to talk about Shepard being confirmed for the next game in another BioWare Gear Store post. First, if you like Mass Effect, if you like video games, if you like speculation, reviews, and news about video games, please subscribe to this channel, like this video if you end up enjoying it, and leave me your own thoughts or just say hello down in the comments. All of those things help this video and my other ones get noticed and put out to more people, and we can keep growing this very lovely community. Okay, so what am I talking about? So if you remember a little more than a year ago, the 2021 N7 Day poster that had kind of the Geth shape on it, that had like the ship with the four people walk in who are just unclear enough that you can't really say what they are, so we can all speculate. Well, they finally put it up for sale as a poster on the Gear Store. And then what happened was someone, and this has been a great debate for the last year, put a description that basically was saying like, hey, Shepard's coming back for the next game and we're continuing their adventures, let's go. Well, I was the first one to make a video about it. Thank you very much. My video only got like 100 views, if that, and all of the people who actually have large followings obviously got all of the attention, but that's fine. I still claim that first video, and talked about it, and I think we've had another moment like that, but not really. So let's talk about it. So there's actually an interesting thing about this. So we see here that BioWare is putting out, you can buy the picture frame from Mass Effect 3 that Tali gives you that has the picture of her. And obviously in the most recent Legendary Edition, they've redone her face from basically in the OG trilogy, they took a stock photo and put some really light photo editing on it and said that, hey, this is what Tali looks like now. And in the Legendary Edition, they decided to change that and canonize an ending, which I think is super cool. I think she looks great. I know some people want her to look more alien. She's got like backwards legs and she'll probably have a weird head. Like, get over it. She looks fine. Don't talk about my wife like that. But what is interesting is the way they decided to market this. And by the way, if you want 20% off of anything in the BioWare Gear Store, look down in the comments for a 20% discount code. I do get a 10% commission off of that. It does help support the channel. A lot of people have used it in the last day, so I'll probably be doing another giveaway fairly soon, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, if you want that discount code, look down in the pinned comment. I should be able to put it down there, or the description. We'll see. What's interesting about this is they did another interesting description for this item. So here we have it in the store. It's $30 for this. I'm imagining it's only a 5x7 photo. This is a pretty small photo frame. I'm not going to comment on how good or bad of an item I actually think this is. It's literally just a photo frame. But I guess it's kind of cool. I have to admit, I do appreciate this detail here on the back where it says, Shepard, wherever you go, I am with you. As a Tallymancer myself, I find that very sweet. I will admit I am not exactly so deep into this stuff that I have like the Tally pillow or anything. That's a little outside of my thing, but let's get to the description. And what it is it reads as a letter from Tali to Shepard in the description. And specifically it says, it has a quote by her. It says, by the way, I left something up in your cabin, go have a look, Tali Zora. So if you romance Tali in Mass Effect 3, at some point, I believe it's after, I can't remember if it's after Rannoch or not, and your relationship is locked in, she places this photo of herself up in your Shepard's cabin. This is new though. It says, Dear Shepard, as you may remember, I presented this picture frame to you as a gift on the Normandy. It was my way of expressing my admiration for you and our bond as comrades in arms. On the back of the metal frame, I have emblazoned a promise that will never fade. Shepard, wherever you go, I am with you. I know it's not much, but this is what I look like under the mask. I'm sorry if it's not what you were expecting. I know Korean faces can be a bit different. Every time I look at you look at my picture, I hope you are reminded of our adventures on the Normandy, from our battles against the Reapers to our intimate conversations in the privacy of our quarters. I am not one to express my emotions openly, but I thank you for being my friend, my confidant, and my inspiration. I look forward to many more adventures together. Keela Salai, Tali Zora. So, a couple things. I think my impression, and I've talked to a few people about this thing, and I've tried to get more info about it. A year ago, when that thing happened with the poster, a lot of people wrote that off as just, this BioWare gear store is run by an independent third party, and that is true. It's actually the same company that runs Bethesda's store, and I'm sure they run other gaming stores as well. So a lot of people wrote off the thing last year and would do the same to this as, oh, it's just some intern, they had the right descriptions and they just got creative and decided to throw it out there. So what I will reiterate, and I made videos about this last year, is that that isn't 100% the case. I'm under the impression that while I assume the third party does take care of 99% of the work with these items, BioWare still does have a say in everything. One, I'm sure they have a very explicit say over whether or not you can, what items they're allowed to make, and what they're allowed to put in the description. I am under the impression, so I talked to someone who had spoken to the owner of the original BioWare gear store. So if you don't know, and I didn't know this until later on, is that there used to be a store run by someone, by like a company just for BioWare, and then BioWare moved from them to this new company. But the person who owned the old store basically said that whenever they posted new items and the descriptions and stuff, they had to be approved by BioWare. And so a year ago with that poster, that was a big topic because the impression was that someone approved them to put that description on that poster at BioWare. Was it Mike Gamble? Was it anyone we've heard of? Probably not. It was probably someone further down the line, but someone still did approve it. And I still to this day believe that they gave us a little leak a little early, and that's especially why I think even if you look at that item today, its description, or at least at one point, was like one line where it was just like, check out this cool poster. And instead of this big thing talking about what could potentially be the next game, I'll put a video talking about that whole situation down in the comments. So with this one, I think there are a couple kind of interesting things to point out about this. I really think that the whole this is what I look like under my mask, I'm sorry if it's not what you were expecting, that feels like, in my opinion, direct commentary to the fans, because like I said before, there's a lot of people that wish Tali looked like super alien, and the Koreans in general. I'm anticipating in the next game we will see Koreans without their suits on, or at least without their helmets and masks, and I'm assuming they'll kind of just look like Tali, but obviously slightly varied. We also don't know like what their hair looks like, if they're just bald, do they have weird, ripples on their head like the Turians or the Asari, are they do they have some kind of unique features? But I do believe, we come back to, this quote here at the end. I posted about it, obviously, because I was kind of shit posting a little bit, but saying I'm going to use this description as a reason to make a video about Shepard returning to Mass Effect. Absolutely. Or am I going to? And again, I look forward to our many adventures together. Look, this isn't a confirmation of anything. This is just a item that they're trying to sell. Even though I'm really into Talia, it's definitely my kind of canon romance, my own head canon. I think it's kind of weird. It is, even in the smallest way, I think, still just another tiny hint towards them maybe suggesting that Shepard's coming back. I believe that we've seen references to Shepard in every single teaser so far. I believe in the trailer, obviously we have the shard of their helmet in that 2021 poster. I believe that one of the figures is an N7, and I believe it's an N7 helmet, and I think that's a reference to Shepard as well. And I also believe that in the little trailer video thing from 2022, that the reflection of N7 armor that appears to show up in the bottom left of that frame is a reference to Shepard as well. So then they had that description last year in that, and then here we have yet another reference on an official BioWare thing, even if it's a third party, of Shepard returning, or at least continuing their adventures. So I do not believe this is like a confirmation of, they're gonna set like a canon romance or anything like that, no matter what happens in the next game. I think that's one thing they would leave open, and if they made a canon romance, it would probably be Liara, to be totally honest. But it's all just fun to look at and speculate on and have a joke about. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of clickbaity, kind of joking, but a little bit serious video. I don't expect us to get any big info until N7 Day this year. I still think that's probably our best bet, and even then, because it doesn't look like Dreadwolf will be out yet, I'm not expecting them to give us a ton of info about Mass Effect, because they probably aren't doing a ton with it yet, other than pre-production and concept stuff. So I think I suspect that we'll get a huge jump in 2024. I suspect there'll be a smaller one here in 2023, and maybe some kind of info here in a few weeks at the Summer Game Fest, but we will have to wait and see. So if you like Mass Effect, if you want more Mass Effect news, more speculation, and all of that, please subscribe here, like this video if you did, leave a comment down below with what you think. You can catch me over on Twitch streaming fairly often at twitch.tv/BonDiesel. That link should be down in the comments or in the description. And you can find me as BonDiesel in most places, Twitter, Instagram, and right here on YouTube and over on Twitch, as well as basically everywhere else. That's all I have for this one. So until next time.